Your stocking is so fat. It has stretch marks. So, I want to use the stocking for my cover. As you can see, it is stuffed in there. But I gotta cut the seam, and I think it'll be just big enough with the little bit that's left at the seam. So I grabbed one of my husband's seam rippers. He does all the sewing in the house. I call him my seamstress. And I am going to just keep ripping at these. I might have to stop and get tools for my husband. He's finishing the door upstairs. We've been putting the hinges on for a while, and you know, in a house that is not square, where nothing is square, it is not an easy task putting hinges on. I'm going to cut this down pretty far because I'm not going to want this whole white top. I might go about halfway. Or maybe I will put the whole white top. Who knows yet? We'll see how it goes when I cover it up with the felt. This stocking, I don't know if this was like a Walmart stocking. Where I used to work, they did a Christmas party, and my boss got everybody a little stocking and filled it up with cute little, Dollar Tree things. I still have some of the stuff. Hand sanitizers, and I got a lotion. She got me a lotion, and the bottle size is perfect for traveling, so I just keep refilling it with lotion whenever we go anyplace. And I decided to make myself a cup of tea tonight. I made myself an oolong tea. I like oolong teas. The one I have, though, is Twinings, which is okay, but I like the Chinese ones better that come from the ethnic stores, but out here we don't have a whole lot of ethnic stores, so I should be able to stretch that, I figure, and if I clip it after I glue it, it should stay, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get much. It's probably just going to have to be this amount on there. I mean, I brought down some more sheets of felt, but I don't think that it's going to work out. Hot tea. So, because if I go down anymore, right, then there's less felt on this side than this side. So, because the heel, this, as it goes down, it loses the amount. So I might have to just do it like this, right? And because I can just barely get it over the cover, get it over the corner here at the bottom. Let me see if I clip it, what the back looks like. So clip it here, right? And we'll clip it up here at the top. Okay. Flip it over. Let's see. Oh, see, that's gonna be quite a stretch there. I might be better off just cutting the top of this, right? And putting a different piece of felt on the back. Let me think about this for a second. I bought this at Joann's, and it's not even, it's like not an even sheet. Doesn't that figure? Let's think about this for a minute. I can definitely stretch it at the top. That's not a problem. Something got on it because it was in storage and it was just sitting on top, so I'll just put something, I'll wrap ribbon over that or something. But the bottom is going to be a real stretcheroni. I mean, how much do I have? I don't even have a whole lot over there.
Any scissors?
Hold on. Hey, Lil, can you be very careful and go bring these into Dad for me? Don't run and hold them like this. Yeah, hold them with the blade down. There you go. Okay. Grab the little stringies. Maybe if I... You know, I could put this on here and then just cut off a little piece of excess to put, you know, or I can move this down so that it is, so that it's right at the seam at the top, right? So I can do this, right? So, clip. So that covers that whole side. Clip. Let's see what the front, let's see if it gets the whole front. Clip. It'll be pushing it, but I should be, I mean, look at the corner is literally right here. I should be able to do that if I glue it and then clip it, right? I mean, you know, it's going to be, that's pretty much going to be the only option, I think, that I have is to I mean, I can still do the circle idea where I do the whole thing red and then go circles up and then cut some of this white for the top like it's his jacket, but I like the stocking idea. After I thought of this stocking, I liked this, so I think I'm going to go for this and use the Aleene's. I think Aleene's will probably hold that on. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I have. I mean, I know Fabri-Tac would hold it on, but I don't have that. So I think the Aleene's will hold it on. And then I could put a nice border of ribbon around the top there. So let us try the glue, okay, and see how that works out. I am going to slather, I'm going to keep these clips on the back so as to hold it in place, you know, because I'm probably going to be doing a lot of pulling. Okay, this can all go up like that. I try to make these seams as flat as I can. Make sure this is at the top here. Okay, I'm going to put another clip at the very top so that doesn't move around a whole lot. Flatten this. Get this good and flat, right? Pull it up to the edge. Make sure we're at the edge. And clip-a-roni. So the back is pretty flat. You know, I got a couple bubbles, but they'll work themselves out. And then the front is pretty flat. Pull this over here. Just do a one more little rough line up. Pull this over here. Pull that tight. That should work, right? That should work. We're gonna try it. Alright, one more sip of tea. Get the glue ready. And we are going to start gluing. If anything is going to hold this, oh, hold on 1 minute. Better idea for the binding. I am going to put some carpet tape on the binding. And I will tell you why. What did I do with my little scissors? I probably should have been prepared before I went and ripped tape off, right? Oh, little scissors! Get off the back of the couch. You know, when you have children, they think they're gymnasts. Hey there. Alright, so. Take this first. If you're wondering about why I'm using carpet tape, I'm going to give you a little rundown. First of all, you can buy this at Home Depot or Lowe's. I think it costs, or any home improvement store. You might even be able to get it at Walmart. I doubt it, but you might. I think it costs like $8 and you get a huge roll. I use it for almost all of my bindings. When I am putting something on I do it for all my when I'm doing something on the spine. If I'm not making a spine, I typically don't use it, but in that case I will use a strong masking tape, preferably something like the Scotch brand. But carpet tape withstands a lot of flexibility, opening and closing, like a Tyvek, like you hear about Tyvek doing the same thing. You can definitely use Tyvek. I just don't have Tyvek. And the carpet tape serves two purposes for me. It is a tape, so it'll adhere my spines, and it is also very durable. So it is a double-sided tape, is what I should say. So it serves two purposes. I have it on my journal spine. If you saw my video, how I use fabric and lace. Lillian. How I use fabric and lace. I have the fabric adhered onto the spine with carpet tape, and just carpet tape. I didn't put anything. It's just a piece of cardboard and carpet tape on top and the fabric over that. So if I do this, right, and then I take this like so, and that means I'd have to start with the back though. Oh no, I guess I could glue this. I could tape this on and it will hold. You know, and it holds onto fabric because it's meant for carpet, which a lot of that, you know, is some sort of fabric material. A lot of those paddings and the bases that go on the bottom, you know, the bottom of the carpets. See, so there we go. I'm just going to push this down. There is a seam that comes out over here, but I don't really care much about that because I am all about the stretch. So there. That is taped, and that is taped like really good. That is not going to come off ever. Now we can do leg glue. Gluing. Da, 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 da. Get up and around the edges. And you want to make sure you have a lot of glue on here because you want it to stick. I love Aleene's, you know, for this stuff. It's very versatile when it comes to what you want to put on. I was thinking about trying some videos coming up here with music. If I can figure out how to do music in the background, in case you're getting sick of hearing my rambling crap and my children. But at least I got the baby to sleep. I was going to start before she fell asleep, but she was showing all the telltale signs of sleepy. So I said, you know what? I'm going to start my video after I put her down. So I cleaned the sweet potatoes off her face and laid my poor little bunny down. You know, some days she just doesn't get good naps because she's, you know, either we go someplace, we had to go to Lowe's today, or you know, if we have to take her someplace, it throws her off. She doesn't nap well in the car. First time I've ever met a kid that did not, a baby anyway, that did not nap well in the car. And I'm gonna put that on the corner like so. But you know, so she didn't get a very good nap today. She got kind of a mediocre nap this morning. What did I just do with my other clips? I have them here, don't I? Okay, grab another one. Whatever. So, you can see the composition a little bit through here, but whatever. You know, I would have had to paint the whole thing if I wanted to get rid of it. So, and I'm gonna put this on the top. Just fold that right in, put it on the top, the bottom. That's gonna look really nice. Okay. So next we will do the back. I really gotta figure out what to put on that spot. I have no clue what it is. I mean, I know it's not like food or turds, but it's ugly. I do have little bows, but why would you want to put a bow on the back? I'm gonna have to see if I got a ribbon wide enough to cover it, which I guess I do. That one, you know, or if I took like a little holly. I don't think I have any green ribbon. You know, and we went to a thrift store today and I just bought ribbon, but it's red. Go figure. I'll see. Nah, washi tape wouldn't do. I'll have to look at the ribbons I just bought. Alright, so glob on that glue. Like so. Go down. Go over. We went to a local thrift store and I picked up some of those, you know, those oversized pine cones. Like, once you become a mom, you catch yourself looking for things that when you're just a single person, you never would look for. Like, I would just look at those pine cones and be like, how stupid do you have to be to buy pine cones? But there I was today buying them because I wanted to do the glittery ornaments with them with my daughter, you know. So there I was buying the pine cones, and I said that to myself too. I'm like, man, 10 years ago, I never would have given this a thought. I would have been like, yeah, right, I'm not paying $1 for 2 pine cones, you idiots. But there I was, paying $1 for 2 pine cones. See, the corner isn't completely covered. Oh, come on. I guess that's going to have to do. It's just going to have to be that way. But it'll be fine. Up here at the top. You know, on the top on this one isn't completely covered, so I'll just pull that up a little bit. Clip this. Push this down a little better here. And clip this again. Whew, you know, so this very corner is exposed, but that's going to be fine. That will just have to be fine. So do this, right? Leave this like this for a minute. See if I can figure out. You know, because for the ribbons that I bought these 2. I know I bought 6 rolls. Oh, of course, they're all white or red. There's that. So, let me think about which one I think would look best. I think I like this snowflake, the gold snowflakey one. So we'll try that. I apologize for the banging. I don't know what my husband's doing up there, but it sounds pretty serious. Bang! Okay. Okay, do this. I ended up finding in my Christmas stuff today some wrapping paper that I really liked. And I found this little sparkly ornament that was from our very first Christmas here. And I found the Christmas cards. I kept a big handful of Christmas cards, especially the handmade ones. You know, the handmade ones. I kept the ones with pictures. You know, but like I just love the handmade cards. So I kept all the handmade ones. And some of these little tags that I like. I mean, I have a ton up there, but I just grabbed a few. I'll put more in there when I do Christmas wrapping and stuff, which is, I'm going to have so much crap to wrap. Ugh. That's the bad part about family buying gifts for kids on Amazon and having them shipped to your house. Guess who has to do all the legwork? And like, some people are so wrapping savvy. I am not some people. I am wrappingly challenged. I mean, once I get into a groove, I do pretty good at it. But the last few years, like having kids, my good wrapping skills just kind of went out the window just so I can get them done when nobody notices. Alright, let's turn this, right? So that I can, move my tea. I'm going to knock it over. So I can trim this. I love these scissors because they are so sharp. Fiskars has definitely won in the scissor department, I think. I might go around this whole cover with ribbon because I'm afraid of the edges. And I don't want to do the felt on the inside because I want to put paper. I'm going to do wrapping paper on the inside cover, so, you know, it's like, I'm going to have to, but I don't want that to come apart, so I think I'm going to put ribbon around it to do the edges with. Alrighty. Out. Sorry about all this tedious cutting. But, you know, you want to be here through this adventure. You're going to have to be here through the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? And, you know, if I do that, that'll help my corner problem because then my corner will be saved. So we're going to do that. I'm going to go around the whole thing in this glittery ribbon.
What should we do today?
As much as I don't want to, but
Now we wait until
I'm going to have, I mean, you know, you're going to have to do something so it doesn't come apart. And if you know me at all, I am like the queen of reinforcing things. I just get so nervous. I store all my binder clips on my light because it is so much easier to grab at them. But I realized I need to get some big binder clips. I only have one big binder clip. That is a nice long tea. I kept my tea wrapper too to put in here because even though it's not Christmassy, it was when I drank it, right? Alright, so I'm going to turn this around. What the hell am I trying to do here? Knocking glues over. I have white out in here. It's just a mess. It's just a mess. Come on. Cut it off. It was so foggy here today. It was so wild.
Wake up.
Going any place, like when we were out, you couldn't even see, you could hardly even see 5 feet in front of you on the road. It was like just so foggy. It was so wild. I love when the weather, you know, gets weird like that. And the fog is just so cool. They said we might see some thunderstorms tonight. I really hope we do. That is the one thing I miss about the summertime is my thunderstorms in the middle of the night. But man, it was, you know, that people were out today. I couldn't believe it. On a raw, rainy day, everybody was out.
What should we do today?
Everywhere we went was packed. Lowe's was packed. The thrift store was packed. There was like, you know, women tripping over me to try and get to stuff.
Now we wait until it's done. Close the door tight.
Fix this a little bit because it's kind of hard to cut this right here. There we go. That's going to be about it, I guess. I'm going to be covering it up, so who cares? Pull out the little pieces. So, there is our cover. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I'm going to... Do I want a ribbon around the whole thing? No, I'm just going to do the top. I know I changed my mind 100 times. But I'm just going to try going around the top and see. Don't want that fuzz in my tea. And see how it goes. Okay. Like if I go right around that, right along the top, it'll cover that 90% of that stain. You won't even be able to see it. So that is what we're going to do. Take this,
Wash your hands and don't be
glue, 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 glue. Dun, dun. That's about it for the glue for now. So I'm not going to cut this piece of ribbon yet. So I don't want to cut it short. Go right up
brush your teeth.
and right to there. Right to there. The glue comes through the ribbon a little bit because this is a cloth ribbon, but that's okay, right? That doesn't bother us any. Go right to the edge. Press it down because you're gluing this to felt, remember? I mean, this isn't even like the feltiest of the felt, but it's felty. Catch my drift. So, unroll that a little bit so I can glue, 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 gluing myself right up the camera. And I just continue to glue. And we're going to wrap up the little bit of excess here and go right around the top to that edge. See, just like that. Cut this right about there. I didn't over glue by too much. I'm just gonna wipe it off. All right. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a cover. Look at my cover. What do you need?
These can only be 1/2-inch screws. Because you got that big piece of metal from the
Oh boy.
latch. I'll be right back.
Where are you going?
Hey, James.
You think he's got them?
Yeah, he's got last screw by the inch.
All right. Nope. It's not one thing, it's another with construction projects, you know. It's such a hassle, and it's so raw and rainy out. I feel bad. He's got to run to the store, but he does enjoy doing this stuff, you know. So we're gonna try this and work on this a little bit and see how it goes. I'm not even gonna bother putting, you know, anything on this. I'm not gonna put Christmas, nothing, because if you can't figure out what this is, there is something wrong with you, or you're from some country that doesn't celebrate Christmas at all, like a remote island in the South Pacific. I like it. I like it. I do want to find a place somewhere in the front to put my cards from last year. Well, first we'll just cover this with wrapping paper. I got 3 different ones, and they're not the wrapping papers I'm going to use for my gifts this year. So I'll let you decide, you invisible people that I'm talking to right now. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to decide. Whoa! I'm using this paper. It is very thin. This paper is very thin. We picked this up at Goodwill. But I also have this paper, right, that I can put on some pages. And I also have this paper, which doesn't even have to be for Christmas. You can use this paper anytime. And this is a nice thick paper, and I have a huge roll. So guess what? I can use all of it whenever I want. We have a ton of wrapping paper. My husband has a problem with wrapping paper, for real. So I'm going to use this paper because I really like it a lot. And I have, oh my goodness, this ugly snowman guy keeps appearing on all my stuff. So I am going to put this up here like so. My cord is in the way. Put this right into the crack. I'm just going to cut it and do half of it because it's going to make my life way easier. Okay, cut this. I did find one pretty nice piece of tissue paper that I can use, but I didn't find, I only have like a couple sheets of red tissue paper. Can you believe that? What kind of Christmasite am I? Well, first, let's make sure we get this going the right way. Yeah, that's the right way. I guess that's all hanging in one direction there, so. But yeah, I don't even have a whole lot. You know, for my kids, I wrap the gifts though, because, you know, I remember being a kid and getting a gift in a bag was like, you might as well just give me dirt. You know what I mean? I know that all of you people out there felt the same way. You're like, oh my god, a bagged gift? And the adults were like, oh, I hate wrapping, I'm just gonna put it in a bag. You know, it's the same way. Nothing has changed. I don't even know if this pencil is leaving a mark. Barely. I guess that'll do. I mean, I could even cut this with a pencil for crying out loud. So we'll, yeah, I mean, I can see the line. So I'll just cut this out. So the whole reason we went to Lowe's today, which was those stupid brass screws, and they're not even the ones he can use. They are too long, and I can't return them because I opened the baggies. Like, we have the worst construction project luck, for real. Tools break, and things don't fit, and like, he's having this problem now with the hinges. He did everything by the book to put these hinges on, you know, and he's done this type of stuff 1,000 times in his life. And this one time, you know, it just turns into a nightmare. That looks nice there, right? That will look nice, nice, nice. But I'm going to glue stick it on because then, you know, I'm probably going to have to trim the edges on the, no, maybe just a little bit on the corners. But I'm going to glue stick this on because I want it to, the paper is so thin, you know, I don't want there to be bubbles. So yeah, I put the baby to bed about 6:30. I try really hard to keep her awake until 7 because when I don't, she's up in the middle of the night talking and blabbing, but it's like she wants to go to bed at like 5. So, 5 is about when she starts complaining. So I do things to keep her busy. You know, we eat and we play together for a little bit. And I'll let her play in her jumper for a few minutes. And, you know, if it's bath night, then we take a bath. You know, I do all the motherly things that you're supposed to do to keep your child from screaming. You know, and it's just, I feel bad because she's tired. She's ready for bed, but I can't deal with the 2 a.m. stuff. I can't deal with her being up at 2 and then she's like, Mom, guess what? And I still didn't do it completely right. But whatever, it's gonna be wrong. It is gonna be wrong. Just deal with it. So at least this way, if I put her to bed about 6:30, she'll stay asleep until like 6 in the morning. You know, which is still early, but if she wakes up early like that, she'll usually play quietly, and I can kind of stay half asleep until about 7, and then I'm up for the day. And then the other one wakes up, and she comes in, and she starts making noise with the baby, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm up. I am up, people. So, the joys of the miniature people. Hey, Lil, can you bring me in my phone, please? On the table? So, you know how it goes. It's just one big ball of life. So, you know, this didn't come out perfect on the bottom, but it'll be fine. Alright, so I want to do something for my cards from last year. Okay. My phone just went off. Can you turn it down a little bit or go over on the couch for me, please? My husband has tires that he listed for sale, and he listed them. We've had them on there forever, and it's like the people who are contacting us about them are totally just, they're trucking tires. They're trailer tires for, you know, a box trailer for a semi. And we either have to educate people on tires and how they work, or we have people that, you know, I list them and I get 700 messages. Are these available? Are these available? Are these available? And I say yes, you know, yes, yes, yes. One, you know, so I said yes, and one guy just says, "Oh, okay, thanks." You're welcome, I guess. Thanks for wasting my time. Some of these I am going to like poke holes and kind of sew in, you know. This was made from my friend Trish, who I love. Thank you so much, Trish. I'm going to write at the top of this 2017 cards. And I love this whole card. So this is going to be one that I'm going to poke a hole with. Sorry, Brian, I'm using your seam ripper. So we're going to poke a hole with this. Oh, we'll do it in the middle. Alright, put that there. Find a thread. I took my threads out. But I know I have red thread. I have red thread. So it'll be nice because I can put this on the edge and it'll make it pretty on the edges. It'll leave some, you know, little. So twist this around a little bit. Go like this. I'm gonna need a needle, aren't I? This is not gonna go through that little hole. No, I'm gonna have to get a needle. I'm gonna have to find it. It's like finding a needle in with a bunch of tools. Let's see what I've got. And I knock everything over as I walk by, and I trip over the rug, and, you know, just the girl stuff. Okay. Needle has been retrieved. Okay. And you push the rug back under the chair so that you don't trip the next time you get up like you just did. Alright. Oh, that really came apart. Alright. Yes, you have to make the hole a little bit bigger for this needle. I do like this needle size. This is a good size needle for this. It's not a darning needle, so I don't know what it is. But for me, it is. I'm going to put it up on my keyboard. It is a good whole needle. Okay. So I'm going to tie this one from Miss Trish. Maybe I'll make a nice little bow. This embroidery thread is like really hard to bow with. So, nice little bow. I'm going to leave that card there. And I don't think I have another one that'll fit on the page with it. So, this little one, no, I love this one too. Okay, let's flip the page. See, it's a little wonky, but it'll strengthen up once I put cards on this side. And this one is from Diana. I'm gonna, oh, I got this red tape. I guess I'll use that on this one. This tape here. Okay. All right. Do that like this, so then I can flip it up and see her date and stuff. And I'm gonna do my friend Joy's tag right here. And I'm gonna do the same thing. It's just a smidgen of tape. By a smidgen, I mean a huge strip. Just so that this whole page is big and it's not just big from that one, it's not all wonky from that one tag on the front. Alright, so there are 2 cards on this page and they overlap, but who cares, right? Maybe I'll put another card on this page. I mean, I only have the one card and it is of my friend's children. So I'll put that on off camera. And I'll put my tea bag in the corner here. Because I was teeing while I was crafting, right? I might do. Hi.
She out there for a reason or just because she is?
Just because she is.
Well, yes.
I am gonna put another I might just put, I gotta put something there because it's kind of falling apart. Maybe I'll just put a little strip of tape in the corner. I just don't want it to be too weird, you know, so I'm gonna do this. And do this. So there, see, that's a little bit better. So when you flip this page now, it flips a little nicer. What can we do for a page, guys? I was thinking about, oh, I still love this. I went over this with the matte medium. The matte medium dried so beautifully. And then just before I went to bed, I went through the other pages and I just glue sticked the edges of the doilies down. This might be, I do have a couple of spots that the matte medium was a little thick, so it might still be just a bit tacky, but it is not anything like, you know, like a Mod Podge would be. This is from our very first Christmas here. My husband said that this page needed some silver, so I think I'm going to glue this down. I don't know if it'll hold with the Aleene's because of the glitter, but I'm going to try. I am going to try to do it. it was very nice. I finally got some addresses from relatives that moved this year that I was worried I wasn't going to get addresses from, and I did last night, so I have not gotten any Christmas cards yet in the mail, but I'm sure that they will be coming in, and then I can put them in here with you guys, right? Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna hold. Just hold it on here for a minute. Let's see if it'll stay. For our first Christmas here, though, we didn't have a place to put a tree, so we went and bought one of those little potted trees from Home Depot that was like, you know, $13 or $14. It had a few little ornaments, and this was one of them that was on the tree. So I thought that this was really sweet, and we put it on a table we had set up actually right here where my craft table set up. We had a little table, and this was our tree. You know, we put toys, we put all the toys under, you know, in front of the table, and my daughter was only a year and a half old at the time. She had a blast. That's all that matters, right? The kids have fun. That's gonna be good enough, I guess. If it doesn't stay, I'll figure something else out. You know what, that might be it for this for tonight. Maybe I'll, you know, we got the cover done, and I've already been on for almost an hour. So maybe I will, you know, I got the card here with my friend's kids on it, and she hasn't given me permission to show them, so I'm not going to. But I will come back with another video, and you know, I just don't want my videos to be too long that they bore you. So first, I didn't get to see what this ribbon was. Let's see what this stuff looks like. So this stuff looks, ooh, that stuff is cool, right? We can do that on a whole. We can do a page like that and then put some pictures on it. Well, maybe that will be our next video. So yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out, and hopefully we can do this again sometime, and work on this book a little bit more in the future. I am going to do some ornaments. Maybe tomorrow we're going to do some tree decorating. Maybe I'll clean up my Christmas journal stuff and we'll make some ornaments. Because this Christmas journal stuff has taken up a lot of my space. Thanks everyone for hanging out, and I hope you all like my cover. Let me know what you think. And I'm going to go over onto my Facebook page right now and do my giveaway and see who wins my little goodie pack. So, ta-ta!